Good morning, everybody. Rodney here. Hope everybody is doing fine. Kind of getting off to a late start here. But anyway, I'm waiting for there it is. Now I can open that up and mute it. And then I'll have the chats. We got East Coast Thrills, Johnny Drone Flyer. Giggles FPV, good morning. Let me get the chats popped out here, and then I'll start bringing people in that are already here. Come on, cooperate with me. Skyfly Network, good morning. Dan, I fixed that. Good morning. All righty. I'm almost there. All right. So let's start bringing people in here. First, I'm going to bring in Lloyd. Hey, Lloyd, how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing, Rodney?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hello to everybody in the chat.
And then I'll bring in Mr. Jack Rabbit. Morning, Scott.
Good morning. How are you today?
Pretty good. Sounds like you're in an echo chamber, buddy.
Yeah, well, that's when you got hard surfaces all the way around you, that's your problem. So
it actually sounds kind of cool. I've always liked that music hall echo-y sound. So you're good.
Well, once we get this thing finished, maybe I can get some softer material in here to reduce the echo.
You're fine. And last and certainly, well, yeah, he is the least. Mr. Philip Koshat.
Maybe least.
Love you, brother.
Love you, brother. Mean it.
Mr. Philip.
Morning,
Scott, how you both doing today?
Morning, Rodney. I'm making it. I got in from Mobile about 7:30 last night, and geez, what the 2 days were just extensive at the branch. Just between light bulb changes and you know 2 years ago they took me out of IT and they put me in facilities, and it wasn't a downgrade or anything like that. It was more the fact of need. We need you in facilities more than anything else, because in other words, I'm a liaison between the two groups. So I know IT and I know facilities. So,
Jen.
So I was doing IT work and facility work, and the IT work, I think I know the reason why I left IT, because nothing worked right for the IT group. So, it was like, okay, if I'm gonna stand here and wait, I need to go do something else while y'all are working on this.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, let me say hi to some people before we continue. East Coast Thrills, good morning. Johnny Drone Flyer, Giggles FPV, Dan, I Fix Shed, Skyfly Network, Mad Props Media, Randy, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Glad you could join.
Somebody else is lurking.
Barkley.
There you go.
Is here too. So, and we got another arrival in the green room. I'll let him finish his bagel and then we'll bring him in.
Oh no, I won't watch him eat.
Hey, if he doesn't have a bagel for all of us, he shouldn't come.
No bagels for me, damn it. Not on my diet. So,
hey Rod, how you doing?
Hey Rod.
Hey Rod.
Getting over a cold.
Oh, bummer. I know how that goes.
Yeah.
This is week 3. It's finally it has started getting better, but God, this morning the cough was.
It's a 3-week deal.
Yep. Mr. Dennis. So how many in this group are going to be in South Florida? You're not going to be there, Phil? Are you going to be there?
Philip better raise his hand.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He was ignoring me. I'm used to it. That's all right. He just ignored me.
How many in this group's not going
What
to be
would
in
this
South
show be
Florida?
without drama now? Come on.
Yeah, Barkley's not coming.
Oh, he's not?
What?
Yeah, I think even Joel's coming. Skyfly Network. I think he's coming.
Did
Oh,
you
is he?
say Barkley's
Okay.
not
Oh,
coming?
cool.
Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
Barkley said this morning he wasn't coming.
Well, I'm going to cancel.
Oh, I'm
Well,
just.
he's
And
going
we
to be
got-
lurking.
I guess
but
if
he
Barkley
will be
ain't going,
lurking.
I ain't going.
Of course, that means I better keep my fingers in good shape, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any nurses coming this time.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I pet that dog?
Yeah,
Can
right. I
pet
hate to
that
tell you,
dog?
I'll just sit there and watch you bleed out.
I know why Barkley's not coming.
Can I pet that drone? Can I pet that drone?
The reason Barkley's not coming is because last year we all went out to dinner, and I was standing in line, and I kept telling Genesee that she could do better, and he was trying to get me to shut up. And he found out I was going to be there this year, and he just didn't want to be around me. So I know he's trying to keep Genesee from being around me, I think. So that's okay. I know why now.
Fly Guy Merrill, 399.9. Good morning. Welcome to the chat.
Well, Dennis, you're the only one in this crowd I have not met. I get to finally meet you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's
Barkley said, "That's right, Lloyd."
I'm so looking forward
Oh
to
man,
that.
Joel says
I
he's
am
not
too,
sure.
man. Yeah.
Joel said what?
He says he's not sure he's coming yet. I thought he said he had confirmed he was coming.
Uh-oh.
Well, I sure hope you can.
Yeah, me too.
Randy's coming. That's a good deal.
That's good.
Oh, Randy is? Okay, cool.
Mad Plots
Yeah, I'm
Randy.
looking forward to
Mad
meeting
Plots
Randy. You know,
Yeah,
I
me too.
live about 3 hours from him, and I think this summer I may go up his way if he doesn't mind.
Hey, whatever y'all do, don't tell Dennis, but I did fly 2 packs this morning.
What?
Uh-oh.
And I got to tell you, I love this radio too. I finally got where I could use it.
Oh, the Radio Master, yeah.
Scotty
it's
and I were
it's
talking
the
it.
GX12.
What time
And
was
it
it?
fits my hand, and it's great. I really like it.
What
Good,
time
I'm
were
glad
we
you had
talking
fun.
this morning, Scotty? Was it like just before 5 a.m.? I think.
Yeah, well, hey, again, Rod, don't tell Dennis, but you know, you and I were talking while this show was going on.
Yeah.
I
And I watched
listening
that
to your
video,
show,
so
Dennis.
I get how to set that up now, so that I don't have to.
And Dennis, what
swapping
was
that.
it that Scott was saying to us just this morning?
I know.
That was early in the morning too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I changed the thumb grips on mine, so I like the mini mushrooms.
I don't like that. I'm a pincher, so
Well, yeah, I get it.
Joe Fodolio, good morning.
Initially,
Joe.
I had issues with this.
Sorry, I missed your song, Joe. I remember reading one piece at a time, but then other things happened. And
well,
Sorry.
actually, Dennis, I made that request.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
All right. Well,
a long time ago. And look, you were playing the whole time. I could hear you the whole time I was flying. So,
but usually Joe requested, and anyway. So I'm sorry to you then, Scott. No, I'm not. You flew while I was.
Yeah, you don't know him anything, Dennis.
hey, I am having one issue. So these are the. I'm still with a Vista on this, and I switched everything to 25 milliwatts when we went to fly time. And I cannot switch it back now. It will not let me go to higher than 25 milliwatts, which usually I'm running at 1200 around here because I want as much range as I can get. And it is stuck at 25.
What quad is that?
This is actually the Catalyst Machine Works shocker. It's a 3.5 inch.
Okay.
So the goggles won't let you swap it?
Yeah, and actually it's both of them. This is my 3-inch Omega that I built myself, and it won't let me switch this one either.
Which goggle? So the V2s?
Using all the original stuff. This is actually my old V1.
Yeah. Those. Huh. Interesting.
But I
Are they
I
up to
did
date?
change the ELRS, and anyway, it's I'm pretty sure I had everything, all the wattage up until I went and changed it for the event, and now it won't change back.
But before the event, you were Vista, and after the event, you were ELRS.
Yeah, but oh no, I changed the receiver out. Yeah. Before the event, I was on a different receiver. I was using TVS then, or Crossfire.
Yeah. It's probably a limitation. Although
No.
most of the receivers, ELRS receivers are on the receiver itself is 100 milliwatts. They're pretty much limited to that.
Morning, Mela.
There's not enough power on the drone.
Hey, I'm gonna ask Dusty a question. Do you want me to share your video?
Morning, Mela. And everybody else, by the way.
Dusty?
It just started raining here too, Dennis. Have you gotten your rain yet?
No, I probably will be rained out tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't see rain
I'm
out.
hoping it don't rain tomorrow because we're putting up the gazebo tomorrow.
Putting up
So
the
what did you say?
gazebo.
You got the 3 J's coming?
Got the 3 J's coming: Jason, Jerry, and Jimbo. And they're brothers, my brothers.
So that was the generation before the KKK.
Thanks a lot, Mela.
Hey,
Gotcha, Dusty.
hey, Dennis.
Yes.
I'm messing around with creating. I've been messing around creating a song for the meetup,
Right.
and this morning it created a song with the N word in it, and I'm like,
no.
what? And then when I copied over my lyrics, and everything to start messing around with it and everything, it wouldn't let me create because that word was still in there.
But
And I'm like, okay, you created it, but yet you won't let me create it. That doesn't match up.
This was the problem with some of the original AI tools that got released that were sort of a communication talkative thing. They worked until people actually started. Basically, they were feeding it crap, and it was feeding crap back, and that was a problem. So there is still kind of sensitivity issues inside of AI with crap like that. So
Yeah.
well, now we feed it good stuff, and it still feeds crap back. So
yeah. So and it's a long-term problem with AI is essentially corrupt data. And I don't know how they're going to get around it because, as we all know, looking around the internet, there's a lot of bullshit, incorrect crap.
well, AI is just a modern term for what's been around for 50 years anyway.
Yeah. Rod, I got around it. I deleted it.
Yeah.
Just remember what AI leads to, guys. Skynet will be live soon.
Yeah.
After
I
Skynet,
keep that on my desk to remind me.
After Skynet, there's Skyfly Network.
You do
Right after
realize
you activate AI, right, Lloyd?
Do what?
Right after you activate AI, correct?
Yeah.
You know, AI in some ways is, I guess, what I would call a bit fake, although it is probably a little bit how humans learn. But from a technical standpoint, underneath how AI works is, especially the large language models, what AI is doing, which is different than what Google search and all that crap does. What AI is doing, and this is where it needs all the computational power, is every word of whatever it reads is turned into what's called a token. A token is basically a number representation of that word. It will also tokenize multiple words.
Right.
within the sentence as well. It may tokenize the entire sentence. So when you ask it a question, it turns that question into tokens and then looks for, it's basically statistics, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what
if
I'm
I
saying.
see
It's
this
always been
word,
like that.
here's the percentage of words that come along
Yeah.
when I see this word. That's literally how all of that, it's literally just a mathematical statistic
yeah,
calculation for the most part.
Not
The
much
magic
different
part
from
of
a
it is
LUT that we
creating the
use.
tokens in the first place.
Right. Not much different from a LUT we use to colorize a scene in a drone video, right? Pretty much the same. That's a
yeah,
look.
yeah.
Yeah.
And even the image processing stuff, right? It's about seeing curves and triangles and circles.
Like Dan
and
said, it's just ones and zeros. You know, it's all binary. They
so
take-
it's a bit of a trick because, and this is why it can still feed you the wrong information. So you may ask a question. What if you're asking a variation of that question, or you want an answer that is, quote unquote, not the common answer, right? Because the way AI is going to respond is based on the percentage of, here's the most common words that are associated with what you just
Right.
asked. And if you're looking for not that, then it's going to give you the wrong answer.
Yeah.
And so, don't get me wrong, AI is very useful. It's a hell of a lot better than Google search in the way that it does things. But the other part of it is, and this is why they need so much data, is so that you don't end up with the corrupted data where you just got BS that
My
gets fed into it.
My thing with AI, and it just frustrates me, is what, you know, when we all started doing this YouTube thing, we had to do the editing, we had to do all of this stuff, we did all the work. And now they've got people just slinging up all sorts of crap, and it's all AI generated, you know. The narration, all of it's AI. It's like, man, that's just laziness, you know.
Oh, come on. We've had robotic voices on computers for how long?
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the creations, the content that is on YouTube.
Sure.
That is now, yeah, and I mean, I can't click on a flipping oh, Barkley, when you were in school. Yeah, yeah.
So, sorry. It's just too
You're
funny.
usually, yeah, that is funny. But I mean, you know, it gets so frustrating to yeah. You think, oh, that actually sounds interesting. You put it on, and it's that robotic voice, you know, like, and they pronounce words worse than I do. And it's like, are you kidding me?
There's been YouTube, quote unquote, they're not ads, but basically they're ad channels that do nothing but that are just robot voices. So,
Yeah.
And that's been around a long while.
Yeah, yeah.
They'll literally copy other people's videos and put their computer voice over top of it.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, there's some good that came out of it because, like, and I cannot remember his name again. I find those videos amusing, especially when they let the AI dictate what's happening in the video, and it comes up with some elaborate story that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's about it too.
Yeah.
But the country singer, he had a major stroke, and he, you know, he did the song
Randy
Forever.
oh
Gravity.
yeah. And they used the AI to
They
put his
took
voice in.
Right. They had somebody put in the root voice. They had somebody that sounded a lot like him, and they sang the song. And then they went through and let AI scour through all of his music. I mean, every single, and they took every single, and so it was his voice, and they laid his track over the top of the root voice, and they came out with a new song.
Well, it was the average of his voice, because you have to remember it's just
Yeah.
what it hears, the ones and zeros, and averaging all those out, and magically
and that's why it went
those
through
ones and zeros kind of sound like his ones and zeros.
Right. That's why it went through 20 years of songs that he's written, you know, and he was happy with, and he was involved in it. And that was the neat thing about it. That's, you know, like I said, there are some things that I see a use for AI, and there's other times, but those 20-minute videos, and then in the end, it's like, you could have told this in about 30 seconds. Why did I sit here and get, there's 30 minutes of my life I'll never get back.
So one interesting use, and I've seen some
I sound like an old
sort
fart, don't I?
of chatter about it, is that with AI, you're essentially going to be able to leave a version of yourself behind, sort of this digital electronic version, so that after you die, your family can still kind of have a conversation with you, kind of thing, which is an interesting sort of usage for AI and sort of leaving a little bit of you behind.
Yeah, I have an
Little-
idea for you, Lloyd.
What's
You just
that?
keep that attitude. You can start a channel called, I don't know, the Grumpy Vlogger,
That's a good idea. I may do that,
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe, I agree with you. It's a little creepy. It's a little creepy that they. I have got a list of videos on my computer and a link to it right on the front, and it says, "Boys, read this first or watch this first." And it's just a list of me and my dummy practicing, and I'm talking about them all the time. So that's my digital signature. I'm leaving a series of videos for them to watch.
So I guess,
If AI really has any learning in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it learns. It mathematically averages stuff and data. So, Rodney, let me show you what I would, since Ken kind of gave it away 2 weeks ago on here, kind of one of the 2 drones that I was building to bring with me to South Florida.
Oh yeah.
I finished the one that he kind of gave away 2 weeks ago, which was this guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at the size of that battery.
Is that a
Lord.
8S?
It's 8S.
8S. Wow.
Oh
That's
my goodness.
what makes this one special. It's 8S. So one of the
Dude,
drones I'm
It's
bringing
gonna
is
cost
an
you
8S.
$1,000 just for the battery.
Yeah.
No, actually, the batteries are $50.
Woo.
The 6S 1400s that I buy are like $43. So it's not like it's some massive increase in the price of the battery. So anyways, this is 8S. This is built on that proto frame with the aluminum base plate.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
Probably one of the most interesting things about this one is with this battery on here, the entire weight of this drone is 715 grams. This thing is freaking lightweight for a 5.
Rod, Randy wants to know if you're giving that away.
No, but you can come watch it probably on Sunday. I don't know that I'm going to fly it on Saturday. I guess it depends on when I do my test flights and sort of get a feel
Rod,
for how much power and how much space I'm going to need.
Hey, Rod, does that have GPS on it?
Yes.
Don't hold it up in the air with your hand.
Why?
Because last year he cut his finger off. The tip
Yeah.
of his
I
finger.
got
He's
the
trying to get his toes off now.
I mean,
Yeah.
I got the
pre-arm. I got the pre-arm and the radio. That's not a problem this year. But
You got what in the radio?
the pre-arm.
Oh, good deal.
So yeah, that ain't happening. And
Kind of like having a 3-finger.
actually, I have something else that I could use on my builds that I bought that Mads Tech showed off. So iFlight has those pigtails with the anti-spark, and it's a little board, and it delays the actual connection by about a couple hundred milliseconds before it actually turns the juice loose, which is how it keeps the spark from sparking. There was another guy that made a version of those, and he must have listened to Mads Tech, where it's a similar board, but it's got solder pads on it. And instead of being just 300 milliseconds, depending on which solder pad you solder, it can be 10, 20, or 30 seconds. So you can literally have enough time to plug the damn thing in and sit it down on the ground and not have an issue.
Well, I can't explain that. Yeah, thanks. I don't know what happened. Everything just went blank.
Which is good. in particular, and thinking back what happened to Maddie when I was down there that one time, and we had his just like randomly start up when he plugged it in, and we thought it was because my controller. I think what it may have turned out to be is there's a rare bug in Bale Healy 32 version 1.9 or whatever it is, where the drone can randomly spool up. So if you had this sort of anti-spark with the multi-second on that type of a drone, that wouldn't be an issue because you'd have the thing sitting on the ground before it ever fired up.
His problem with that, the FPV guys are flying DJI too.
Well, I mean, Barkley is he's referring to the 5.8 gigahertz.
Yeah.
Now, when I fly with Dave and them, I cut mine down to 2.4 and I don't interfere one bit with them. So,
yeah, we're going to have a little conversation with people with Avata 2s and Goggles 3 because of the 60, 80 megahertz bandwidth on the 3. Everybody's going to have to go to manual mode, and hopefully they load the hack.
Well, the problem is the hack's working sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. It works good in the original Avata. I've got it loaded on it, but I cannot get it to work on the Avata 2.
It works fine on my Goggles 3.
So
you got to put that file on that 0-byte file on the SD card on the goggles.
Okay,
on the goggles, not the drone.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna try it again today, Ronnie.
So it works on mine because I can set the manual mode and change the megahertz and all that kind of stuff. But as many of the Avata 2s and Goggles 3 are probably going to be running around at South Florida, we're going to probably need to have a sign or somebody to sort of show everybody how to change that.
We need to also, I mean, basically you just treat it as an FPV.
That's 100%.
Yeah.
BL Heli 32 is obsolete, but you can still fly it. You just can't get updated firmware anymore. And if you get BL Heli -S, that is open source, and so you can still do that. So any flight control or anything that you buy that has the BL Heli S is still upgradable, or you can upgrade.
And the other part of that is if you run a BL Heli S, honestly, just put Blue Jay on it.
Yeah, well, that's got to be the S. Yeah, you're
on
exactly
the S,
right.
you could put Blue Jay on it, and Blue Jay works.
All these have BL Heli on them. I mean, but these are 5, 6, 7 years old.
A lot of the flight controllers you can buy still have B Heli 32. There's a lot of newer ones that are coming now that have AM 32.
It just means you won't be able to upgrade to. But
Okay, Ronnie,
I'm like, what do they change? I mean, to me, there's no change anyway. So why would you update it? I don't understand.
Well, I mean, to AM 32 because AM 32 is.
Oh no, what I mean is if you have a BL Heli 32, why would you upgrade your?
Hey,
only if you break it.
Only if you break
it, and you can't find one. So outside of that, I wouldn't worry.
Yeah,
it's not something that I would say is like worry about it from a buying perspective, because honestly, after a drone is built, who the hell updates the firmware on the ESCs at that point? Normally, everybody just flies the hell out. You might update Betaflight for the flight controller, but you'll like never update the ESC. So it's not really that big a deal, other than that bug that's in the Heli 32 where it can randomly spool up.
I have one question. When you guys were talking about the Avata 2, and now are you saying we have to fly in manual mode? Is that what you're saying?
No. On the goggles, you need to be able to flip the goggles in the manual. In order to flip the goggles in the manual, there's a file that you have to put on the SD card that you put in the goggles. That will enable and unlock the manual mode in the goggles. So
you can do manual mode, but it's only channel 1, which in theory is channel 2 in the FPV world. I mean,
Okay.
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, because see, I don't fly manual because it's one, I don't know how, and I don't.
Yeah,
and I fly with the
literally
joystick
frequency.
anyway, so
Hey, Barkley, you can fly your camera drone in the middle of the FPV chaos.
I mean, Nevada 2 is a camera drone until you put it in manual mode. So
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
And that's,
Mark.
I don't. I fly it. I don't fly it in manual mode because I'm not that good. If I was that good, if I could fly in manual mode, I would have kept my my 5-inch, not giving it to my
I guess
son.
Ray, Brad, and guys, we probably need to have a sign or something somewhere that sort of explains how to.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
hey, and also we can advise too, and we could also. I'll have my laptop there, so we can create a file and throw it on there.
Yeah,
okay.
Somebody
that'd
needs
be
to
good,
have
yeah.
that so they can put the SD card.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
copy
Yeah,
of
yeah.
that file. It's
That would be
literally a
good.
0-byte file. It's like ham.
Yeah, ham underscore config, something like
Yeah,
that.
something along
Right.
that
Well,
line.
I'm curious, Rod, is that something that you do one time, or does that
Once
SD card with that?
once
Just
you
one.
put it in, unless you factory reset the goggles, it will always be there.
Well, and also update.
What I'm saying
too,
though,
Rod.
if you use that SD card one time and change the settings like you want, then does the SD card need to stay in there for it?
No, yeah. The goggles have the settings unless you do a factory reset on the goggles at that point.
Got it.
Well,
I don't even think I don't
What
even
about-
think
what
firmware
about updates?
I don't think updates overwrite that either.
okay,
Okay.
because I could have sworn that I heard that.
Not according to Matchtech. Matchtech
Okay.
says the only way to go back after you've done that is factory reset the goggles.
Okay. And who wants to do
Yeah,
that?
nobody's going to do that. The original point, guys, of that hack
Agree with that.
was for Europe. It allowed Europe to go from their mode to the FCC mode, so that they got full power. That was kind of the original. What that hack was there. Now you want to know who put that hack in? DJI.
DJI.
Yeah.
DJI intentionally put it in there and then leaked it so that they can go, we're legal.
Okay, good.
But give the people the flexibility to do in Europe whatever the hell they wanted to do. It's up to them.
I got to update all my stuff anyway.
There has been one guy that fucking got drilled over in Europe because he had that hack on and he had the goggles cranked up.
Yeah.
On the milliwatts. One guy got caught because the police came by, and so you could do it, but you better hope. You just need to understand the risk. And if one of those guys shows up, I hope you're damn good at resetting your goggles really fast. So,
yeah, I think I agree with what Johnny said. I don't know that I would fly FPV there at the meetup site anyway. I would rather go someplace that would be more interesting, like
we did last year.
Up and down the parking lot is probably, safety wise, is probably okay. And potentially on the other side of the bridge where that boat ramp is, because there's I've never noticed many.
I didn't even fly. I didn't even fly that on Saturday, anyways. I ended up flying on Sunday when Rodney and all of us went.
So, anyways, if you're interested, come out Sunday. You'll see this guy zip it around. You won't have to watch Bardwell's video. You'll be able to see it live. I don't even want to know what the speed is going to be on this sucker. I have an idea. It's probably
I like the black and red color scheme.
So I still got
I know what the
something left.
speed is. It's less than 100.
Well, yeah, it's 99.9, and that's all.
Yeah,
I'm never going to tell you what the real speed is. So there's some more that I have to do. This little finishing touch that I forgot. I got to pop the top plate off, but he's got a special wrap for the wires. It's a TPU wrap that goes around. It actually looks pretty cool.
Hey, do you guys remember, was it last year that, I know who it was. It was Mark Fisher flew through that boat. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
It wasn't last year. It was the year before, because Mark wasn't there last year.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh,
Mark wasn't there last year.
you in there?
It was the
Okay.
year before. But yeah, he flew.
Well, I
through
wasn't there
boat.
the year before, so
Yeah.
I thought okay.
So, Rodney, I have one more drone that, well, when we get done, I'm going to start the build process on that. I really want to get it done this weekend because I basically have this weekend and next weekend to get it done.
And that's the one you're going to give away.
No, I'm not giving that one away either.
Yeah,
all I'm going to say
is
you're right, because you're going to give it to me.
All I'm going to say is,
I'll be right back.
All right, Rodney, let's go, buddy.
He'll sell it to you for $1, Rodney.
you'll get to see it on Saturday.
Ray
And
Kelly,
I'm telling you, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. And then come out on Sunday and you'll get to see it fly. So come to South Florida and you'll see why on Saturday. You'll see why on Saturday. So like 4 people know what that thing is. So if anybody else finds out, I know which 4 people.
oh man, I just love these top secret government projects.
Yeah.
Right, I'm pretty sure he was there last year.
Yeah, I was thinking because
maybe it's
I got a photo. I got that photo with him sitting there with those goggles, editing.
Maybe I got it.
Yeah, he let me try them.
Yeah, I may have.
I was pretty sure he was there because I remember talking with him, and I wasn't there the year before.
Matter of fact, that may have been the video he was editing.
That's the problem with being there every year. We've had so many now that starts.
Well, yeah, you're in a year.
Which year was which?
Yeah, you're a year older now too, Rod. So that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. So,
I
anyways,
I wasn't there last year.
I got one more I'm building to bring with me, and it is utterly like nothing you've ever seen before. I'll leave it.
Well, that'll be interesting.
It will be. That'll be 100% interesting. And when you see it on Saturday, if you weren't coming out on Sunday, I'll bet you'll show up on Sunday just to see that.
Well, actually, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna get there Thursday, and I'll be there until Monday.
Yeah.
This year.
Right, what you need to do is come to Minefield.
Not with that drone.
Yeah, with that drone.
Okay.
Absolutely, that drone. We got a big old field there. There's plenty of places to fly.
Is there a big old field there?
Huh. Absolutely. Okay. Hey, they had a VTOL takeoff, a man flying VTOL takeoff.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, that's one of the stocks I'm watching.
I definitely need to do something about this room because I know the echo is terrible.
Archer and Joby. And both of those are actually American-made eVTOLs. Archer just took over the warehouse that they built, Scotty, that is somewhere close to you. It's somewhere in southern Georgia that they're going to build their eVTOLs. And Joby is a company out in California that's building eVTOLs.
Oh,
Rodney, you can probably confirm this too. Were you there that year at Minefield when that guy had that, I think it was a 12S or whatever, and he was flying it around and it actually broke the arm because the motor had so much torque on it, it actually broke.
Yeah, I believe that.
I've only been to 2 of them.
Okay, this thing's a big old X. And
last year and the year before.
I think that was the year I was there, Scott. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So was that the year? I've been to 4 out of the 5, so I'm not sure. And it was one of the earlier ones.
This is why if you run a Chevrolet, they take the C-clip eliminator out of the rear differential. Otherwise, with a big block with a crap ton of torque, it can break that C-clip and shoot the rod out of the differential.
I think it was number 3 was when he was there. No, that would have been, maybe it was number 2.
Now you're gonna make me look around. I built this 8S. Now I got to build a 12S. Damn it! Stop that crap.
They used to have a racing league with those. Zoe, she had one, and she does that 3D flying, which is like upside down. And
Oh
she was flying one of those big drones that way. Matter of fact, I think it was Bardwell's that she was flying, and he was freaking out because, but man, she was putting it through the.
I look at
ringer.
that setting in beta flight every time, and I just scratch my freaking head when I stop to think about you're flying the thing upside down.
Zoe's one of the best at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's the one that invented it or what, but
What, the 3D? Yeah.
yeah.
She's, oh, wow.
All I remember is she was the only one doing it, and I think other people started doing it, but I'm pretty sure
I
was
think
the
she
first.
started it.
Yep.
I've had an idea at the back of my head for a while that I may wind up going down that route, which is the wings. Who's the one guy?
VTOL?
Yeah, no, the wing. It's a wing.
Just one single.
It's a triangle wing that they fly.
Yeah.
God, I'm trying to think of that guy that has that show Sunday night. He flies the wings.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. The wild part about the wings is you can fly
you talking
right
about
side
Shelby?
up. You can fly. Yeah, Shelby. You
Shelby.
can fly right side
yeah.
up or upside down. It doesn't
Shelby
matter. You can
goes.
fly. You can fly either way.
Did you see him flying that abandoned mall?
I saw one of the first ones I saw was him and somebody else chasing him at night through like an old chicken barn kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sean with a Rotor Riot was flying one at the Fly Tribe, the February event.
Yeah, that one that Shelby did, that whole chicken wing thing at night with the lights the lights on the wings.
I mean, it's incredible. It's
just fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod.
Literally.
Please don't use the F word.
Yeah. Sorry, Rodney. But it's literally unreal. That video, especially when he goes through right side up and then he goes through upside down.
Oh yeah,
it's like your brain.
I like watching his show, but he's got all that stuff going on in it. And it's like, trigger and seizures here, and I'm like,
I know it's an overload.
But it's like our FPV drones, right? If we're flying line of sight and you turn the drone around at you, right is left, left is right, kind of thing.
Yeah.
When you're in the goggles, you don't have to worry about that because you can see it. But in the case of those wings, right side up, upside down,
I got a
up
question.
Up is not up is down, and down is up.
Is Mike coming to this thing? Copper State Aerial. Does anybody know? He usually comes. He has come several times.
He's in the chats.
Well, I'm asking, Mike, are you coming?
Yeah, Shelby Bowl and Ed Rickard. Yeah.
So the wings. Looking at that video, ever since I've seen that video, I was like, boy, it would be interesting to learn how to fly a wing. They look like a blast.
All right.
Yes, he's coming. All right.
Yay.
Good morning, Jerry.
Morning, Jerry.
I tell you, Jerry needs to hang around and come too.
He only needs to wait an extra week.
I know, but he's leaving. So
yeah. Hey, at least Ken and I corrupted him. He's even doing manual mode now with his.
I finally got to meet him. I got to meet him at the Fly Time event. Actually, before that too, I think.
Good morning, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, everybody.
That's a little behind the. I'm sitting there going, why? Wait a minute. Why are we all saying good morning to Scott? He's been on here for 30 minutes. And why are you taking so long to type it? It's like, wow, there's a delay.
Hey, Ray Kelly.
Hey,
I guess the other thing is there's not much flying on Saturday anyway, so.
I know I didn't do any flying on Saturday.
I mean, a few, and then obviously when they do the whole how many drones in the air thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Anybody have a clue why?
I hope Scott's doing well. I know he's had his bout with health as
Hey.
well.
Hey, Dennis, what was that you were asking?
You have any clue why my image was so muddy today?
Your
It looked
lens was
terrible to
dirty?
me. Huh?
Your lens was dirty?
It's not though.
are you in autofocus or manual?
Should be an a check.
Well,
but
I
it
mean,
should be
just-
autofocus.
Yeah, make sure it didn't get switched over to manual.
Yeah, that might be it.
Was it just the drone?
I thought it was just hazy.
I thought it was my eyesight.
What do you mean? Was it just the drone?
Yeah, did you take the
Versus
lens?
like your camera that's
Yeah,
on.
because when it was sitting on the ground, it wasn't like that. Because when I came in just as you were taking
Then
off.
Maybe it's
it might be your focus, Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because when it was on
white-
color.
because
Yeah, I
can
suppose
see your-
white balance could be off too. If you get a crazy
Possible.
white
Oh,
balance.
it was
I'll
like a
check
real,
on that.
looked like a
I'm just
haze or
curious what you
something on
guys
it. Yeah.
thought.
That's the only thing where I would go maybe white balance if it looked like a
Yeah.
haze. You had too much white in there.
Seemed like something automatic wasn't automatically working. So
I guess that's really the answer. Go through the settings and make sure they're all
yeah.
on
Do
auto.
a factory reset, Dennis. Just wipe it clean.
And spend the next
Maybe send it back to
3 weeks
DJI and let
doing your
them
updates. Yeah.
Steal the source code and update it yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
To Bob's point, I would just want to say that I still like my Air 2 and my P4P. I still like them and I still fly them, but you know, I'm not, and we shouldn't be sounding like we're hating on GPS guys. I detest that, and I don't think that was the intent. So
Yeah.
you know,
It's
Absolutely
for me.
not.
Absolutely not for me either. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a GPS guy.
Look,
So.
I got my camera drone right here.
I like all drones.
Me too.
I love
I've actually
love
thought
both
about bringing one of
worlds.
my RC cars.
You know, my Mavic 3 Pro is almost always with me, even when I'm
I like all
out
drones
with
that
my
are not in New
FPV drone.
Jersey.
So.
I mean, I fly more GPS than I do VADA. I mean, I flew Saturday. I mean, I flew Thursday evening at a buddy of mine's house down in Mobile, and I flew both.
Hey, Lance.
And I was going to put the goggles on him, and he said, "Nope."
And actually, I
Good.
bring the Avata 2
Right
with
here.
me because
Good
that's
news,
the
Scott.
setup that I
Absolutely.
that's the setup that I tend, if some new people show up or whatever, I'll let them fly the Avata 2 with the motion controller.
Yeah,
In fact, I've got somebody that I'm literally training who goes out and flies with me.
You know, for me, FPV is adrenaline. I didn't realize it, but I am somewhat of an adrenaline junkie. I've learned that through this. But you know, I've always gone to race car driving. You know, I never did do it, but I love to watch race car driving. And and I always wanted to fly too. So now FPV comes along and I get both. So I actually was studying to get a camera drone when I got into FPV. And
Camera drones are for the picture. FPV is for the flight experience. So camera drones are like the 737 at 30,000 feet, and FPV is like the Cessna at 100 feet. So
I got to admit, I love my Avata. That's the only thing.
I'm really glad to hear about what Scott and they do reported. That's a big deal.
That's good news. That's good news.
the Avata is a great stepping stone drone. I mean, ask Jerry. Ken and I last year.
I'm not that old.
Ken and I last year put Jerry in my Avata 1 and let him fly it around, and he was he kind of swore up and down that he wasn't going to go that route, partially because the Avada is over 250 grams. And, well, lo and behold, this year, not only has he bought an Avada 2, he's gone from flying it from the motion controller to actually flying it with FPV. So,
Amen, brother Casey. Amen.
Absolutely. What I figured out too is I better get my drones built now because this eyesight might be going. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't adjust my the goggles. The goggles 2 is great on the eyes, perfect. But the goggles 3, I've got it adjusted negative 250, and every once in a while it kind of blurs up in me.
I didn't think it. Randy's right. I had a motorcycle too when I was growing up.
it's all fuzzy for me because my prescription is a +5 point something. So the diopters only go to +2 on the goggles. I've literally not figured out why DJI limited that side. I get probably a majority are a negative prescription, but they really didn't go far enough on the plus side.
Lance, it was late 70s and 80s.
Hey, Rod,
80s.
Do they sell the diopters for the goggles 3, don't they?
There's a company, I think they're on Amazon, where you can send your prescription to, at least on the goggles too. They were selling, you could send them your prescription and they'd send the lenses back so it fit in that little adapter that DJI shipped. They were only like $60 for them to cut the lenses.
That was my next question. I wondered how much they were.
I took it to my eye doctor, and the problem with mine being on the plus side is the outside edge is a lot thicker. And in order to try to put my prescription in, you couldn't snap the two halves of that thing together to put the lids in. It was too thick on the outside edge. So you couldn't snap that adapter that DJI ships with it.
I agree with Dusty too. It is a stress reliever too to fly.
So on the minus, you get thick in the middle, and on the plus, you get thick on the outside.
Yeah. Okay.
It's basically the difference. So it's a lot easier to do minus.
I'm all the way down to negative 250 or something like that. And I mean, it's clear enough for me to fly. Let's put it that way. I mean, it's not perfect, but
I've worn glasses since I was 6 years old. I played sports without my glasses. I got used to kind of doing things, seeing things a little fuzzy, a little odd. It's a matter of what you do all of the time. You get used to it. So my goggles are at 0-0.
It's pretty easy to hurt yourself on a 3-wheeler.
Yeah. I've done that. I've gone down a hill before.
Folks, I'm going to take my leave. I hope you guys have a great day.
Okay.
I enjoyed this conversation.
Glad you're feeling better, Dennis.
Oh,
yeah, Dennis.
Yeah. I have room to go, but yeah, I am. Anyway, I got things I need to do. So you guys take care.
All right, Dennis. Hopefully we'll see you down there.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
But yeah, you're right about FPV at that location is a little tough. The other thing
I have not. I've got the goggles 3 that I haven't used yet.
Yeah, the other thing that I'll tell everybody who, assuming you haven't been there before or you haven't flown and you're flying this year kind of thing, if you go down towards the water next to the bridge, man, there is something down there towards the center of that bridge that absolutely would cause your signal to like go wonky.
I think there's a transponder down there for
something's down there.
It is. I last year I went down that way and I had the same issue, and I said it's got to be something down here. And I'm thinking they got a water transponder or some kind of transponder.
It doesn't matter whether you have 03, 04, or analog FPV. There's interference down there on that end of the bridge. Well, the center part of the bridge.
I was I was flying inside of our corporate office for a big 90th anniversary, and they had these Shure 5.8 antennas for the band pointed down at the band. And then when I got close to those, man,
I'm also down to just 2 04s left after I installed the 04 in this one. I need to order 1 or 2 more.
Hey, Rodney, what did you make? You 3D printed something?
Yeah, I 3D printed this, and this was kind of an ideal from Randy, actually.
I got to tell you, one of the neatest things I've seen lately, and I saw, oh wow, that's pretty cool. Anyway, cool. I saw it at the Fly Time thing, the February event, and it was a motor, an FPV motor, and it had 2 legs that dangled off of it, and it had a prop. It was the whole motor that was printed. I don't have it with me. It's at the other office. So, but that thing's cool. And then whoever did this, Obsession FPV, was the guy that did it, and he had his name in it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Randy, this was actually your idea. Alex Escardo had sent me the link that you had sent him, and I went looking for it. And so I've printed this one for Alex. So I'm going to take this to him in April, because he's the one picking me up at the airport. And then here in a little bit, I'm going to print me one, because I want to experiment with multicolor stuff. So
hey, Rodney, what airport are you flying in?
West Palm.
What time?
Oh, you would ask me the hard questions, huh?
Well, I mean, we'll get together on it.
It's going to be in the morning. It's going to be around, I think it's around 11.
Oh, okay, because mine's around 2.
Oh, so, is it?
Yeah.
Did you have the bamboo with
you want to wait
AM
on
thing?
You can.
Do what?
Do you have the bamboo with the AM?
Well, I was asked, hang on, Rod. What was that?
If you want to wait on me till 2, you can.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think he just answered you, Philip.
Yeah. Well, Alex's car is small, but I'll ask him if he wants to hang out. And
no. Not for. I mean, in other words, I was going.
Hey, Rodney, are you going to have trouble carrying that? I mean, you got to put that on your check-in luggage or something like that?
Tell me about it.
Oh yeah, I'm going to put it in my check-in. I ain't going to carry that on. Even if it's plastic, they'll probably.
I made the mistake of having my pocket knife in my pocket one time and got caught in a scanner.
Oh boy.
Geez, Scott.
Walk it back to your car or leave it there.
They let me go to the gift store and mail it home to myself.
Yeah,
that's how I got rid of it.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Roger that, Mad Props.
Back in the 90s, everybody had the pepper spray or the tear gas spray, you know, on a keychain. I had one on my keychain. I didn't think anything about it. I went through there and I said, you got to. So they let me walk back to the car. So as I'm trying to take it off, I'm sitting there and it's getting almost around there. And all of a sudden, like, I hear kind of and like, oh my God, my eyes started swelling. And I squirted myself in the face with the damn thing. Oh my God.
No.
I'm walking back there. Judy says, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "That damn thing went off of my hands while I was trying to get off the keychain." I never put it back on the keychain after that either. I didn't know that's, but oh my God, my eyes were burning. It's like, oh. First, I was like, what the hell is in the air? And then all of a sudden, I looked down at my hands, like, oh my God. I mean, I squirted it right into my hands, too. And I was just sitting there trying to get it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
so
guys,
make sure.
It's pretty much been an hour. I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one.
All right.
So
thanks for
I'm
having
looking
me
forward to seeing everybody in
me too.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
3
something
weeks.
like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. That's for sure.
Yeah, I look forward
Let's
to
see
it.
here. Today's just 4 weeks. 4 weeks. First week of April.
Yeah. Yeah, like 4 weeks from today, isn't
And
it?
3. Hopefully, I still have some energy because there's something I'm doing the weekend before. So
Oh,
Yeah, they're saying 3 weeks.
mm-mm.
In that
4
what
weeks. And 3 weeks is my other event that I'm going to.
well, that's what they said in the movie Money Pit. Every 5 seconds, 3 weeks.
Because it's the 7th. 21 days, 3 weeks will be the 28th. So it's 4 weeks
Yeah.
from yesterday. 4 weeks
All
from
I-
yesterday.
oh
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know-
it'll be 4 weeks because
actually, he's right. It's
4 weeks.
4 weeks because the official start is on the
On
4th,
Friday. On the
and
4th.
that's 4 weeks from now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
weeks from
it'll be
Friday.
here before you know it. How's that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it will.
that works.
It will be.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting there thinking, man, I got to get busy updating some of my stuff.
That's why I got to do that build this weekend. I got this weekend and next weekend to finish this next one.
I'm not too worried about it. Johnny's got me coming so early. I know we'll be there in time. So
For
You guys
once,
are
I
gonna
think
be
I'm
there
going
like
to the event on
Tuesday,
Friday
aren't
night.
you?
Tuesday, yeah.
I'm getting in at noon on Friday and then driving. I've got a car waiting for me there. So
Yeah.
probably going to be one of them little clown cars, you know. I've got the cheap.
Last year I was driving a Dodge Charger. I was like, that's economy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I
It was
remember,
economy. I said, "You sure?" I'm in economy, and she goes, "No, you can take the Charger if you want to." And I said, "Keys in it?"
Well, yeah.
If
Yeah, maybe I'll get
I
lucky and get a
build any
Mustang or
more
something.
drones, I'm gonna need to pull a freaking trailer with me to bring all my stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. So,
Yeah.
all righty, guys. You
All
all
right.
have a good one, man.
Y'all take care.
Thanks, Rodney.
Thanks, Rodney.
Yeah. Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Rodney. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome,
Yeah.
guys. Rod, looking forward to seeing that fly and the other one.
Oh, it'll be a blast.
All right. Everybody in the chat, don't forget tomorrow morning, the Sunday Sunrise Cruise, starting with me, jumping to Dennis. And then after Dennis will be Chris Hope. And after Chris Hope, of course, will be Johnny Drone Flyer with Drones and Coffee. Hey, Ken, place it here. Good morning. And don't forget to say a prayer for our men and women in uniform. Say a prayer
Absolutely.
for our first responders.
Yep.
The guys like Mr. Ron Lockwood. And just have a great weekend. Love y'all. Bye
Love you,
now.
Y'all
Nick.
take care.
See
Bye
ya.
bye.
Bye. So, Scott, you're welcome to stick around if you want. You want to finish your story there, Lloyd?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I was anyway, so he contacts me, he says Greg from Australia contacts me and it's like, okay, because that's what we're talking about, right? That package I got. the
Yeah,
mystery
yeah.
package. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out. It's like he says, hey, did you get that package? I go,
Oh,
oh, that's what
I
that
forgot
was.
to end the stream. The stream
We're
is
still
in.
alive.